So there's only a handful of blockbusters left this year. There's Star Wars, Justice League, Jumanji doesn't really count, but either way, it's time to shift gears into award season. So here's a quick award season primer with 5 movies that we think you absolutely should not miss. Okay, so movies that we are not going to sleep on for the rest of this year. T, how's it going?
It's going.
All right, and Laura Prudom, Mashable's TV editor, thanks for joining us.
Anytime.
So let's jump straight into it. T, what's one of your first choices?
This tends to be my favorite time of year for movies, the holiday/award season, because that's when interesting movies come out, and those are the ones that tend to get the awards recognition. And you know, a lot of times awards movies are trash, but there's usually some good ones in there too. And one that I think will be getting a lot of attention is Phantom Thread, which is the Daniel Day-Lewis movie directed by P.T. Anderson, where he's playing a fashion designer in the 1950s. Supposedly Daniel Day-Lewis is retiring after this film, which I don't believe for a second. I think he's gonna Jay-Z it and he'll be right back out of retirement. But
I like that enough people have done that now to where you'd be like, okay, Daniel Day.
Yeah.
Sure.
I feel like he's done it. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah. And then like a cobbler in Italy for a hot minute. Like, anyway.
The trailer, I really don't know how to make heads or tails of it, but that's kind of typical with P.T. Anderson. And I think that's why I like watching P.T. Anderson's movies, because he's such an interesting filmmaker. Even when I don't necessarily love some of his films, I'm always fascinated and interested and challenged by them. And this one is just such an interesting subject matter. Like Daniel Day-Lewis as a fashion designer in 1950s London, you had me at hello. Because I loved the last time they worked together on There Will Be Blood. I saw that movie in theaters 2 or 3 times, which is not something I typically do.
And that's a weird movie to rewatch, too.
Yeah, it's heavy and it's long. And you know how I feel about a crisp 90 TRT, but I just love that movie and I'm really excited to see them teaming up again.
One of the movies that I'm really excited about is I, Tonya, the Tonya Harding story. So it's Margot Robbie starring as Tonya Harding, who of course very famously was involved in the attack on Nancy Kerrigan.
Yes.
Before the 1994 Olympics, it was this amazing figure skating soap opera that was very real and very insane. One of the reasons that I am going to make sure to see this is it's directed by Craig Gillespie, who did Lars and the Real Girl, you know, the movie where Ryan Gosling is in love with a sex doll.
Oh yeah,
as you do.
There's, he did The Finest Hours last year, the Chris Pine in a boat rescuing Casey Affleck in another boat. And then what was it? There was another one that I went, oh, the Fright Night remake. They were all much better than they had any right to be. And then here's a story, I, Tonya, that is a fascinating real life story that I think is far enough in the past now to where there's going to be a new audience for it. And to assume that it too will be better than it has any right to be, a Tonya Harding movie.
The fact that it's actually got some street cred in terms of the director and the casting as well, I'm like, yeah, count me in.
Margot Robbie is like the standout in so many mediocre films that you've been kind of waiting for her to have her moment. So.
And this seems like a character that she can just go nuts in, which will be fun.
Well, speaking of going nuts, no, I'm actually really excited for The Death of Stalin, Armando Iannucci's upcoming movie, which it's kind of unclear when we're gonna get to see this. I've been excited about this movie, I would say, for the bulk of 2017. There was a September release date, but that went away, and now it's just kind of TBD.
I feel like there was a trailer back in like March or something.
Yeah, and that trailer was great, so I don't know what the holdup could be. And in terms of street cred, just going back to that, I mean, Armando Iannucci, In the Loop, I love that movie. And basically Veep, like there is no Veep without In the Loop. If you guys have not seen In the Loop, check it out if you love Veep. So like anything Iannucci does, I'm in. And the cast in this is incredible. Jeffrey Tambor, Rupert Friend, just so many people who I'm really, really on board with. And then
Steve Buscemi with like a male pattern baldness thing going on. It's amazing. So this is one that you definitely should not sleep on because you will miss it if you don't.
Literally miss it.
If you're not actively looking for it, you will miss it.
One of the movies that I'm so excited for people to see is Call Me By Your Name, which I got to see at Sundance and have been thinking about it ever since because it's beautiful and sublime. Reminds me a lot of Brokeback Mountain and Moonlight. It's gotten a lot of comparisons to those because it's, you know, the gay coming-of-age love story. But it's a lot different from them in that, you know, movies with gay characters these days, it seems like they're very, it's all about the repression, right? It's like Carol, Brokeback, even Moonlight. But this one is very much about the actual relationship between these two characters. It's Armie Hammer, as a 24-year-old grad student who comes to live with Elio and his family. Elio's like 17, kind of very precocious, and immediately starts trying to seduce Armie Hammer's character, because who wouldn't, really? But it's just like a very delicate, sweet love story where you actually get to really delve into the relationship between these characters without it being, you know, an issue-driven movie or something controversial. It's more about the connection between them, and it's set in Italy, and we all want to move to Italy by the end of it because it looks gorgeous.
And the director as well, Luca Guadagnino?
Guadagnino, yeah.
Very sorry for butchering that. But his previous film, A Bigger Splash, I loved.
He really builds atmosphere and tension in a beautiful way.
And then the other one that I'm definitely not going to sleep on is 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
Yeah.
It's Martin McDonagh's next film, the guy that did 7 Psychopaths, In Bruges.
Love In Bruges.
There you go.
Up top.
Everybody does. He just tells these great, violent, brutal, and hilarious stories.
Yeah.
And this one it's Frances McDormand, the local police, after months of nothing, still have no leads on her daughter's murder, so she puts up these billboards calling out the local police department. The Red Band trailer is hilarious. She literally kicks children in the nuts. And it's so, and that's honestly, yeah. Like she's this crass, foul-mouthed, no bullshit character who's furious that the police haven't solved her daughter's murder. And it unravels from there, and it gets violent, and I imagine you know, people get caught up in the collateral damage of it all, and I imagine there's really unfortunate deaths and her kicking kids in the nuts. Yeah. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for us. Let us know what movies you're excited about that are a little under the radar. What movies are you not going to sleep on coming out for the rest of this year? Let us know in the comments down below. Click like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time here on CineFix.